Thanks to the support as a channel member, Will Johnson. Folks, exciting times. Not only have we got a transfer special as we prepare for Europe for the first time, but also over on Twitch this evening, it is the first Streamer Showdown of Football Manager 2021. If you're not familiar with the Streamer Showdown, it's where a whole load of us Football Manager content creators get together and play each other at Football Manager draft mode. We do the draft tonight. We've got a league on Saturday night. We've got a knockout tournament Sunday night. And usually by about 9:30, 10 p.m. Sunday night, I'm crowned the winner. They call me Kevy 4 times for a reason. I'll be streaming my perspective of that on Twitch from about 7 p.m-ish tonight. So make sure you head over there, check that out. It's lots of fun. There'll be plenty of people down there in the comments who've watched them previously who will confirm it's fun too. So come along, check it out. Cheer me on as I look to become Kevy 5 times. Hello and welcome to Club 2, part 38 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, it is our season review and transfer special for what has been a fantastic season. I know it ended in disappointment yesterday with us slipping down into the Europa League from a Champions League spot, but ultimately it's Europe for the first time ever in our history. It's the Europa League. It's a competition we could have a good chance of progressing quite well in. And also we've got the new ground on the horizon. We don't know when exactly. Hopefully we'll get some news on that over the course of this video. And of course, it's Non-League to Legend. It's the summer. We've just had another very good season. There's always the possibility that this could be the summer where I'm lured away to another club, although it's going to take a pretty special level of luring to make me want to leave this club at the stage we're at in development with a new ground on the horizon and exciting stuff, an exciting team. It's going to take a lot, but you never know. A lot might come along. So let's jump into the season review. We should start things off as ever with the signings. So signing of the season went to Palestri. I think I can get on board with Palestri as signing of the season. Actually, I say that. I could have done if I wasn't living in a world where both Parsons and Novak signed last summer as well. Our now 19-year-old wonder kid centre-back partnership. I talked in the last episode about how exciting the front four was. Let's not underemphasize how exciting these two as a centre-back partnership are. They're so young, they could be playing as our centre-back partnership for the next 15 years. They probably won't, so probably both go on to bigger and better things, but they were both phenomenal signings. Novak for 5 million is ridiculous. Lewis Parsons as an English wonder kid for 25, almost as mad. Palestri came in as well for 15. We signed Svilar for 5 million. And then, of course, we had the bunch of wonder kids who came in the January window as well. This year of transfers is going to take some beating. I don't know if I can ever do a set of transfers that good for this football club again. That's my challenge for this episode. Results-wise, we were supposed to avoid relegation. We finished 5th. We were, of course, top of the table for the first half of the season, hovering around the Champions League spots for most of the second half, before ultimately tumbling out to the Europa League spots. But as you can see, the board are still delighted with that. I've got an A+ board confidence. They are over the moon that we ended up in the Europa League. I am as well. We're maxing out our home attendances, but we know there is a new ground on the way. Probably not within the next year, but it's coming. And Ricky J. Jones picking up our top scorer in the competition. I think second place in the chase for the Golden Boot behind Mason Greenwood. And we had some pretty fancy results over the course of the season. A 6-0 win in the Premier League is an absolute madness. And a couple of decent results against some other clubs too. And then reputation-wise, our club reputation stayed at 3.5 stars. We could do with that jumping up another notch, but I guess European football will help us out with that. You can see sponsorship-wise, we've started to get in the big bucks. We've gone from £1 million the season before to £13.5 million in sponsorship money this season just gone. Broadcast revenue is down ever so slightly, but we'll go up massively now we're in Europe. Likewise, hospitality, match day, all that kind of stuff. Competition prize money is up significantly though, because of us finishing 5th rather than 10th. We've also sold a big old bunch of shirts. Ricky J. Jones sells more shirts than anybody, and you can see just how excited the fans are about Kirstich as a wonder kid striker, because he shifted some shirts as well, having only come in January. Our team of the year then is Svilar in goal, a back four of Williams, Novak, Parsons and Lopez, Clarkson and Francis in midfield, Shortire, Bizer and Palestri supporting Jones up front. That is, if you take Bizer out and replace him with Miliaccio, that's the team that started the last few games of the season. So it's good to see that our best players are the ones who were playing most of the games as well. And of course, we do have strength coming in midfield this summer as well. So hopefully won't have to continue starting Leighton Clarkson too much. That's the plan. Don't want to start him too much. I'm surprised Shortire's only averaged a 6.66, but got 10 assists and 8 goals. What has he been doing in the games where he's not directly involved in goals? Perhaps need to keep a closer eye on him. We've just spent £20 million on him. I picked up 2 Manager of the Month awards and a Premier Division Manager of the Year. Lovely stuff. And club awards wise, Fans Player of the Year is Ricky J. Jones. He also got Young Player of the Year. Never forget how young he is. Palestri signing of the season. I actually thought Palestri was younger than that. But at 25, he's still plenty young enough. Danny Francis got the goal of the season and is back on loan this coming season. Ricky J. Jones, top scorer. Lopez, most assists from right back. Love seeing a right back get the most assists. Reminds me of Lazarov from back in the day. Jones got most man of the matches. Highest average rating goes to Lewis Parsons. We didn't get anyone win any of the competition awards, but we did break club records for both worst discipline for club captain Brandon Williams. What an example he sets. And also we set our record for highest transfer fee paid for Lewis Parsons at 25 million. We're not likely to break that this summer, because I don't think we're going to get that much money to spend. We'll see our budgets in a second, but as I mentioned an episode or two ago, we've already got started on a lot of our business for this summer. Douglas Luiz, Oscar Ben Bassat and Shola Shortire all joining us permanently, with Douglas coming back in on loan again. That means we were rumoured to only have about £11 million. Rumoured. It was right there. It said our next season transfer budget is £11 million. I don't know if they'll have added to it or what. I guess we're about to find out. Confirmation that's our record high league finish, up from 9th the year before. There's our all-time best 11. There's a few players in there who probably need replacing at this point. Give them another year. I think lots of these names are going to change. I like the fact we've gone from having an incredible centre-back partnership in League One that served us for a long time, and we've just kind of taken them both out and replaced them with another incredible centre-back partnership. Who knew I could build a team based on solid defence? It's not like me at all. Season review is all good stuff. Analyst-wise, our defensive efficiency is quiet and leaky. And our attacking efficiency is aggressive and clinical. I like these little numbers. They're fun. Someone showed me on stream as well that you can click on here and get an XG league table. So based on our XG, we can then see where we should have finished based on the points we would have got according to XG. So XG also puts us 5th. Interesting. It would put Manchester City as title winners and Chelsea down to 3rd on XG. So that is interesting. Manchester City being a little bit wasteful at times this year, but we've finished where we were supposed to finish. So can't really complain too much about that. The board next year, so their 5-year plan involves building a new stadium and working within budgets. That's all good. Next year, the target again is avoid relegation. I love how realistic this football club are. We're upgrading our youth system. They want to get to the second knockout round of the Europa League and just avoid relegation. They recognise first season in Europe can be tricky, and I agree. I've had some very tricky Premier League seasons the first time we've gone into Europe, because all of a sudden, rather than playing 45 games a season, once you've got the league and the cups involved, you're playing 60, 65 games, and it stretches a squad. It really does stretch the squad. But they are also looking for progress long term with the new ground coming in and then a top half finish the season after and best of the rest status. If this club in 5 years can be in a 30,000 capacity stadium and be considered like a typical top 8, top 10 Premier League side and just settled there, I'll consider that a job well done. We're accepting that as the vision. Our team leaders are Jones and Williams. They're both going to be here next year, so that's fine. We need one of these guys to step up, really. I'm looking at Felipe Lopez. He should be stepping up to be a team leader now as well, I think. End of season team meeting. We'll just tell the boys we're going to avoid relegation. We're in a good position to avoid a relegation battle. Buys is a bit let down. A few of them are a bit let down, actually. But we'll just go with it. We'll cheer them up as time goes on. And what are we going to say in here? Reach the latter stages of the Europa League. There you go, see. They're happy now. We cheered them up. New season team report. I don't really need to look at that too much. I know where we're strong. I don't think Robertson is our second best midfielder. I also didn't realise one of his middle names was Pablo. Hold the phone. Alexander Sean Pablo Robertson. That is a name. Good old Pablo. But yeah, he's not one of our best midfielders. I don't really know why that thinks he is. Likewise, Ekwalimbi's not our best left back. Williams is a left back. Where's Lopez? That's a nonsense. Odor ahead of Shortire. This thing's a nonsense. End of season break. We will go to the USA again. We did that last summer. It was fun. We got to go to Disney. Mason Greenwood, top scorer in the Premier League. He's all right, isn't he? 34 goals from 34 appearances. Ricky J. Jones, 24 goals. We've played plenty of Football Manager saves in the past where 24 goals wins you top scorer. Jones is going to never win a Golden Boot because he's in the same generation as Mason Greenwood, who just seems absurd. There's your confirmation. I won Manager of the Year. And my director of football's happy about it. All right, Sean. Remember who decides if you stay or go. Let's not have you praising me, matey. I even mentions we had a spell of form between August and January that saw us rise to first. All right, Sean. Leave it out. Right, are we going to get our promises? Here we go. Not promises. I was going to say budgets and then saw the word promise there. He's happy we kept his promise. Good. Budgets and stadium. Some exciting things. Oh, why are we moving to Leicester? Why can't we stay at London Road? I guess because we're maxing it out. Maybe we can't go into Europe at London Road. But budget-wise, if we get more than the 11 million I was expecting, I'm happy. That's my happy face. 40 million. Happy days. And this is the new stadium. So the Peterborough board have today announced the club have been granted planning permission to build a new stadium. Construction of Noel Cantwell Park, solid name, named after one of Peterborough's heroes, will cost around £57 million. The board have secured a loan of £57 million to help finance the project. Additional funding for the project has been secured with a stadium sponsorship deal worth £28.5 million. Why did we need a loan of £57 million then? If half of it's coming from sponsorship. Financial irregularities going on here. Does it say when it's going to be finished? It's going to be 2 years. I've got to stay. It's going to have to be Juventus or Barcelona or someone like that to drag me away from Peterborough at this point. So it's going to be 2 years to build. I don't really know why we've moved away. Apparently our ground doesn't meet English Premier League minimum requirements. I mean, we played there for 2 years in the Premier League. But we are off to Leicester at Leicester Community Stadium. With our new stadium 2 years away. I've got to be the manager who leads us back to Peterborough now, surely. But that does mean match day revenue is going to shoot up because we're obviously going to be playing at a much bigger ground. So Leicester Community Stadium, that's not the King Power. Leicester did another new ground. Okay. I mean, I remember Filbert Street. Why do they need another new ground? Can we not have the one they've just moved out of? Why do we have to share with them? How odd. But we move into our big ground in 2 years. Okay. Very positive stuff. Also very positive is the amount of money we've got to spend. I have no idea what to spend it on because I think the squad is pretty much there already. I guess we'll just wait for Wonder Kids to show up on scout reports. That's my official plan for the summer. We have our first 2 signings in of the summer. These are the 2 that we already knew were coming. Shortire, of course, was here on loan last season, so he has made his transfer permanent. But the one we're really excited about, Oscar Ben Bassat, is our new central midfielder. 21 years old, Argentinian, under 20 international, 3.5 star current ability, 4.5 star potential ability. He is the best left midfielder. Hold on. He's as good as Miliaccio Francis, Ekwalimbi. He's a good central midfield player. He's young. He's in from River Plate. I'm getting Ats vibes from him. Those of you who enjoyed the Sevilla version of Non-League Television a few years ago. Relatively cheap. come in to fit a gap that we had in the squad. And I think he's going to become a key player for us. So let's just assign squad numbers, do it automatically, because I know how much you all love it when they have random squad numbers, and get Bassat settled in as well. And it looks like my director of football has made an offer for a goalkeeper. I mean, I'm not necessarily mad about it. He's 21 years old. I mean, it wasn't the plan for this summer, but he's better than Jaros and Svila. He's 21. 3.5, what was that? 3.5 star current ability, 5-star potential as a 21-year-old goalkeeper. Definitely not mad about this. I need to scout him a little bit more. But we might be signing Graziano Coletti. Watch this space. Oh, the mystery of why Ricky J. Jones hasn't played for England continues, because Lewis Parsons now has. I know he's going to be a superstar, but he's only 19. He's made his England debut. I suspected the reason Jones had never had a call-up was because he was playing for us. But Lewis Parsons is playing for us, and he's now already played for England. So perhaps Jones isn't as good as I thought he was. Or perhaps Parsons is going to be the best defender of his generation, which at 6'4" with 20 jumping reach, he's going to score some goals in his career, that's for sure. Right, I've decided a goalkeeper this summer is a priority. There are 2 we've identified. Okay, there's 1 I've identified, 1 he's identified. Graziano Coletti is the one that my director of football went in for. We've also got an offer accepted for Mikel Iriarte. This guy is Spanish. He's at Watford. He was playing in the Championship last year. Typical posh signing. This guy is Italian. He's at Napoli and played like half a season for Napoli last year. We're just going to do a comparison of the 2 of them. In fact, House Scout, so we've got 75% knowledge on him now. And we've got 9. You know what? We can do a comparison with that. So if we get those 2 compared. So it looks like he's probably the better of the 2. My guy's a little bit quicker and a slightly better distribution and slightly better communication, whereas Coletti's better at, goalkeeping. So I think he's probably the one we're going to go for. He's slightly cheaper as well, so let's cancel. In fact, what we should do is just make sure that either of them are better than Svila. So compare him with Svila, and I mean they're similar, aren't they? But he's obviously got potential. I mean, he is better at key stuff. We interest him. They're probably quite similar, but for 11 million up front, I don't mind that. We have sold a couple of players as well. It's not the 1st of July yet, which is of course normal transfer o'clock, but we have sold quite a few of our fringe players. Yaros has gone to Swansea for 3.7 million. We're just going to just keep in score here. That's a significant transfer profit on him. We've sold Clark Odor. He's gone to Brighton for, look at that, a significant transfer profit, £14.75 million. Adam Devine has gone to Forest for a significant transfer profit, 5.75 million. Iago Santiago has gone to Blackburn for a huge transfer profit. Came in on a free transfer last summer. He started 0 games for us, and we've sold him for £15.5 million. Vlad Ispas has gone out on loan, so he doesn't count. Somewhere Simon Patton's been sold, and I can't find him. I know I sold him. Where is he? Why has it not gone through yet? It might not have gone through yet. Simon Patton's going to Rennes for £9 million, which I know some of you are going to be upset about it, but it's another significant transfer profit. Yeah, he was great in the Championship. Not a Premier League player, though. So he's on his way out of the club. And we're trying to get rid of Berat as well. And Jack Stretton, who's still here. Steve Wilson is still here. So there's a few players we're still trying to get rid of. But we've got quite a healthy budget sat there at the moment. We're not going to sign Iriarte. And we're going to sign the other goalkeeper. So can we ask for confirmation on that one now? Ask for confirmation. And then we'll confirm that deal. And fingers crossed, he should arrive there. And what do you know? Star rating wise, he's considered, okay, the same as Svilar, but with huge potential. I'll take that. I will absolutely take as good as the guy who's already pretty good, but with huge potential to get better. We'll send him on his language course, give him his squad number. Number 1. There you go, there's the confidence in him. And sort out. See, we've got a tiny squad. We're getting rid of these fringe players. We probably do need to sign some players just to fill squad gaps. And my youth development guy is now trying to bring in a useless 19-year-old. I mean, I don't mind him doing it because it usually makes us profit, but these players never get in the team. It's literally just a little profit-making exercise. We bring them in very cheap and sell them on a bit more expensive. Another of our pre-arranged signings is in Douglas Luiz, who's in to be an option for us as a defensive midfielder if we need one, or to play in central midfield. He's come in as the best central midfielder at the club. Add him into our training camp squad, do all the usual welcoming in stuff, give him his squad number and all that. You can see also on the screen there that the transfer for Patton has now gone through. The fans are about as happy about it as you are. But Simon Patton gets to go and play football, which, you know, he deserves to go and play football. Let him go and play football. He liked it in France last time he was there. Now he's back in France. Alex Robertson's left as well. We're really trimming off the fringe players. My head of youth development's at it again. And it's the 1st of July, and this is what the transfer budget's looking like. We've got £32 million and loads of wage budget left to spend. And this is what the team report is looking like. So we're certainly set for strikers. Kirstic, Jones and Nketiah is all we need up there. Left wing. Why is Shortire not showing on there? Has he been downgraded? Where's Shortire? Shortire. We did sign him, right? Hold on. Shortire. Been downgraded. Well, anyway, we know he's there as a left winger. He's been downgraded on star rating. We're not going to be bothered about that. But on the left-hand side, we've got Shortire. Palestri can play there. Jones would be the other option out there for us. Attacking midfield, we've got Miliacho. We've got Francis. We know we've got Bizer as well. Well, it looks like he's had a bit of a downgrade. Should we add the 2-star guys on? We probably should. There you go. There's Bizer showing up in there as well. On the right, we've got Palestri. We've got Trinidad as the youngster. We've got that youngster over this side as well, Scala, who can play over that side, and Nketiah can play on the right as well. And then in midfield, we've got Douglas Luiz. We've got Ekwarimbi still showing in there. Clarkson, of course. Francis is back as well. And we've got the new guy, Ben Bassat's in there. We've still got Gojka Belesevic. He's knocking around. I still haven't decided what his position is. I think he might be a centre-back. I'll make my mind up eventually. Hopefully not before it's too late to actually start developing him in a role. He's been here a year. And then at left-back, full-back might be an area we could do with strengthening. Left-back, we've got Williams, but he's a right footer. And we've got Ekwarimbi, who's a centre-back, and Lopez, who's a right-back. So maybe we could do with a left-back. Right-back, obviously Williams, Petrozilka, Lopez, Novak. We're very strong there. We're very, very strong in the middle. We definitely don't need anyone there. We've got Parsons, Ekwarimbi, Novak, Petrozilka, Belesevic as well, if I decide that's what he is. And then in goal, Coletti and Svilar. So I'm looking at that thinking maybe a left-back. Maybe if we take it back down to 3-star, maybe another guy who can play in these areas. If we do that, we've got to get rid of Bizer. We don't need him if we're going to bring someone else who can play in there. Maybe a real top-tier central midfielder. We don't need a lot. I think we're kind of just wonder kid hunting, like I said before. Or, of course, free transfer hunting. It's the 1st of July. There might be another free transfer bargain like Douglas Luiz. If we can find a player or two with some Europa League or Champions League experience, that'll probably be handy this season. At the moment, we've got the smallest squad we've had in a long time going into our first season in Europe, which is a mistake I've made before. So we do need to add numbers to this squad. Remember this guy from last summer, Andy Parsons? Couldn't get him last year. Trying again this year. Had an offer accepted. We've agreed a contract with him. Now Barcelona want him. So probably not getting him. I guess it confirms he's probably quite good. We've just missed out on another star, Cristobal Rodriguez. a Chilean international attacking midfielder, a 93 scout recommendation. He was wanted by everybody. We had a deal agreed for him to come in at the end of his contract in January, but he didn't get a work permit, which I don't really get. Based on some of the players who have had work permits, he's got 14 international caps recently. We were going to be paying him £80,000 a week. I don't really get why he didn't. I mean, I can see that. I say I don't get why. He's not played more than 70% of the games for his country in the last year to automatically qualify. He also doesn't meet the... Frustrating, because he'll now go to Barcelona or somewhere like that. I like the fact we're now competing with clubs on that level for players, but the fact that we're not that big means, yeah, we can compete for those players. We ain't going to get them, though. Very sad. But this is frustrating because Andy Parsons didn't go to Barcelona or Roma or Arsenal. He went to Leicester. 68 grand a week. We offered him £120,000 a week. It's going to be one of those summers. It is going to be one. The left back I wanted, Real Madrid are in for him now. It's going to be one of those summers. Well, it was one of those summers. It's the first day of the season. Nobody else has come in. I mean, looking at it objectively, new signings since January the 1st, there have been quite a few, and they are top tier. So I guess we had a really, really good January. So it's okay that we've not really done as much in the summer. And even saying that, it's not much for me. But we brought in Ben Bassett permanently, Shortire permanently, although he was here last year. Francis obviously renewing again for another year. But then we brought in the new goalkeeper. We've got Douglas Luiz in midfield and a couple of youngsters. So the team for this season has been strengthened in the areas we said it needed strengthening. The new goalkeeper, the two new midfielders are going to make a big impact. But I may have cleared house expecting to bring in roughly equivalent number of players. And I'm now looking at this squad of, I think, 21 players. This squad of 21 players, thinking not much backup there, is there? We get 3 injuries. We're into the under-23s and the under-18s. We need bodies through the door. The transfer window is still open till the end of August. There needs to be players coming in. And then the question is going to be, are we going to bring players in as good as the ones who've left? Because as much as the likes of Devine and Berat and Patton weren't getting regular game time before, we're playing more games this year. We're in Europe. And we know we can trust those players. And now they're gone and we just didn't replace them. At least there's still lots of money to spend. Expect more transfers in tomorrow's video. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.